Welcome to segment 1 of How to Facebook. Why Facebook? We've chosen to concentrate on Facebook because it's unquestionably the largest social media network in the world. With over 1.5 billion monthly users and over 1 billion daily active users. The average user spends nearly 1 hour per day. Now that's not 1 hour in continual, it's 1 hour broken up in chunks, but they spend an average of 1 hour a day. And this is according to the DMR stats. Canada is the #1 country that uses Facebook. So you should really be here. What we're going to cover today is the basic setup of your page, how to optimize your About section and why that's important, how to invite friends and other pages to your page, and events and milestones. So we're going to get started as I flip my screen over to screen share. And here we go. So what I want to pull your attention to first and foremost is the URL, which is your address that you type into Facebook here at the top. So I've just highlighted up here, your URL. One of the things that people most often overlook is claiming their name, their URL name. And why is this important? Well, it makes it easier for people to find your organization. It makes it easier for people to tag you. But most of all, once you've claimed your name, as in we have here with Sport Ottawa, nobody else can claim that name. You own it at that point, providing that you are the owner of that organization or that name. So you don't want to lose that opportunity where somebody else claims a name and then you have to get very creative with your name. So that's why that's important. Now, how do you claim that name? You go over here to your left-hand side or underneath the home section and you click on About. And you scroll through here and right along here where it says username, you're going to click on Edit. Now we have our Sport Ottawa is claimed and you get up to 50 characters to claim your name, which is great. At one time it used to be only 15 characters, so they really opened that up. And what you do is you just type in your organization name, keep your branding consistent. So as you see here, Sport Ottawa. If the name is taken, you might want to get a little bit creative and maybe put a 1 or a 2 or a number behind it, the year you started. Really try and stay away from the hyphens in between the name and dots. And be very, very careful of your spelling. You only get one chance to change this name after you've claimed it. So be very careful, go through, make sure this is what you want before you go ahead and create your username. Once you've done that, you will have your facebook.com and it will be, so we go back to the home page here, facebook.com/sportottawa. The other thing I want to show you here is this cover photo, it's called a cover photo, is your prime real estate on your page. It's your storefront, essentially. It's the first thing that people see when they land on your page, whether it be through mobile or on desktop. So you want to really use this to your advantage. This is where you want to publicize, advertise, announce anything that you have coming up. So if you have open registration, and in this case, Ottawa Sport Council has the registration open for the Sports Summit coming up tomorrow. So we've used this page to advertise that. Now it says register early, and you can put a little call to action on here. You can say click here to register. It doesn't take you to the registration page per se, but what it does is when you click on that, it opens into a section where you can go and you can edit this link. And in this case, we've put the link that drives people right to the registration of the Sports Summit. So you can put that in here. You can put a description of what your event's in here. You can do all kinds of different things. You can tag your photo, and this is a little trick. If you turn around and tag your photo, you just pop your cursor in here, and in this case, I would tag myself or Marcia. And what that does is it does double duty. As soon as you've tagged yourself, it goes out into your personal newsfeed on your own personal page, and it notifies people. And you get a much further reach and exposure by tagging yourself in that photo. The other thing you want to be aware of is the size requirements of this photo. This photo on here is 828 pixels by 315 pixels. So you can, if you use Photoshop, it's a great way. Just type in your pixels to what you want, and you can do your beautiful text overlay. Or you can use a program called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. And Canva actually gives you the templates for Facebook cover photo and Facebook profile photos. Another option is using PicMonkey, which is P-I-C Monkey. And you can do your photos in that as well. Those are two great options, or three great options. You also then want to make sure that your profile picture, which is over here to the left, is consistent with your branding. So with any sporting organization or company, business, anything like that, you want to make sure that you have your logo is present here and it's only your logo and you never change it. Unless you're a coach that you're branding yourself, you want to keep this as a logo. If you're branding yourself, then of course you'd put your picture up there. It's really important to keep your logo here because as you see, it's the first thing people see as that comes through the news feed. It's identifiable. So that branding is really important to keep it consistent and identifiable. So this picture up here, I know you can change it as much as you want, but again, keep it as your logo. And this is 180 by 180 pixels. And again, you can use those Canva, Photoshop, PicMonkey, anything like that to create that photo. This button over here is a call to action, which is great. This is fairly new to Facebook within the last year, year and a half. And what you can do is you click on this and it gives you options to change your call to action. So you go to, it's going to let me edit, sorry, edit button. And it gives you these different variations of what you can put your call to action. So if you want people to call you, contact you by email, and you can see the little email envelope there, send you a message. If you're using an app, if you're selling something and you want them to shop now, sign up. So in this case, if you have a open registration, you can do sign up. Watch video if you're pushing them to watch a video. And again, here's your contact now, which is an email, and learn more. So if you want to educate them on something. And then that changes your call to action button on the front, and that you're then given a spot to put the website URL in here as well. So it's very, very handy, and it comes out on your website, iPhone and Android. I'm just going to close that. And again, a couple things to remember. This is great for any type of announcements, tournaments, offers, etc. And remember to tag yourself so you get that double duty and extra exposure going into your own personal page. So one of the things that's extremely important as well is making sure your about section is completely filled out. So again, over here to the left-hand side, you're going to click on the about section. Now, why is this important? Well, everything is tied to Google. So if someone's going to do a Google search, you want to make sure that this information is filled out and that you have your keywords in here, because the chances are that they will pull your information through Google search if it's filled out properly. Now, in this case, we have a local business. We don't have a physical address, and some of you won't. I understand some of you are volunteers. You might not have a physical address, so you don't have to worry about putting that in. Hours of operation if you have it. Your short description, I have actually put the website in the short description. I'm going to be taking that out because the website is visible on the front page now. But the short description about what your organization is about, and then a long description. And when you do your long description, you want to be very aware of your keywords. So just for an example, if you're a hockey organization, you would want to put keywords that are rich to hockey. So anything that involves sport hockey, could be NHL, skating, Ottawa Sport, could be Ottawa Senators, Ottawa 67s, anything like that that would relate to your industry. Because if somebody goes and does a Google search, it will help pull you through to the top of the search at the same time because it's all linked through Google. And here's your general information below, again, written with your keywords. One word of warning is you don't want to use bullet points. You don't want to use 1, 2, 3s, ABCs. You want to write as if you're telling a story, as if you're talking to somebody, having a conversation. Google years ago had changed the way that they've done things, and so Facebook has followed, that they actually spit things out that has a bullet point, a 1, 2, 3, or it's written in as if you're not talking to somebody. They're looking for you to tell a story. So by having the bullet points, you can put them in there, but it doesn't pull through on searches as well. So just be aware of that. You can fill in your mission statement for your organization. If there's, price for registration for joining a sport organization, you can put price requirements in there, whether you have parking, transit, your phone, your email address, your website, so on and so forth. So it's just really important to make sure that you go through there and fill all those out. Okay, going back over here to our home page. So once you've built all this, how do you find people to follow you? Well, there's a couple of different ways to do that. One is under this More section, you want to click on Invite Friends. Now, this is connected to your personal page. People that are on your personal page don't know that you operate the fan page or business page, whatever you want to call it, but you have a chance to invite them over. So this is great. Be careful of this. Under the Search All Friends, you can search by your Search All Friends, the most recently interactions with your friends. You can search by territory. You can search by groups that you're in. I always switch mine back so it remains on Search All. And that way I get all my friends. In your case, you probably would want to invite people that are local to your area. So you would click on Ottawa, and then you go through and make sure that you've invited people to your page that are listed through Ottawa. If you're involved in other groups, which I highly recommend that you get involved in other groups, you can then click on the different groups and you can invite people over through your group as well. So just be careful where those tabs. Once you've invited them, it shows that they've been invited and it shows whether they've liked the page or not. So you're not continually bugging the same people. You know whether you've invited them or not. That's a great little way to get people to like your page and gain extra exposure. The other thing is that when you're listed as a local business, and only when you're listed as a local business, you'll have this tab here that says Invite Contacts. So you would click on the Invite Contacts, and this is a way that you can invite people that you've built an email database with, which again is the purpose of keeping this, it's kind of like your sales funnel, if you will, through social media. So you can invite through other email services. You click on that and invite contacts, and it pulls through Hotmail in this case. And you can invite your Hotmail contacts if you have iCloud, Windows Messenger, Outlook Express, whatever it is that you're using. If you don't and you want to upload your contacts right from your own computer, you would click on Invite Contacts, and then you would choose the file. And it just basically walks you through how to export it into an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can upload your contacts and invite them to your page. And this is a great way to get get those followers, that fan page as well, those followers on your page. And the next thing I want to just show you here is these event offer milestones. So on the event offer milestones, you click on that, and it gives you these different options in here, which are great. And Facebook keeps adding options. So the first one here I want to show you is to create an event. So if you have a registration opening, if you have a tournament coming up, if you have an awards night coming up, you would click on create event, and it basically walks you through everything. You want to change your cover photo so it represents whatever it is, the event or awards gala or anything like that that you have. Change your photo up. It tells you here what your pixels are required. Again, you can go back and use Canva, PicMonkey, or Photoshop. You put in the name of your event, the location, the date that starts, the date it ends. You can put your category in and a description of your event. Now here you can use keywords if you like, and again, keywords to your industry. So I'm going to pick on hockey again. You can put in, hockey, NHL, Ottawa Senators, 67s, whatever it might be. And you would then click on whether it's free admission, whether it's family friendly. If there's tickets that you're selling, this is where you go and you grab that URL from your website and you would pop that in here, and it would drive people to your website to purchase tickets. In here, it gives you the option to have more than just you posting and a co-owner of the page. So you're not alone. You can get people, have other people help you manage that page once it's up and going. And there's an event tips for the website down here if you have more questions. And then you just click publish. Oops, sorry about that. Over here, we have claim offers. So if you are an organization that actually has product that you want to sell, if you have early registration that you want to give people a bonus for signing up early, you can use this here. And this is great. You can do an online offer or an in-store offer. I'm assuming most of will be online. Again, you're going to pop your URL in there, which is your website address of where you're going to drive people to claim that offer. You can put in a percentage, an amount off, buy one, get one free, or free stuff. If you're having a sale and you're offering free stuff, you can put that in here. So say we're going to do a percentage off and we're just going to pop in 20%. And you can see that that pops in 20%. You have 50 characters that you're allowed in this title. So you can say 20% off sporting goods, or it could be, again, early registration. I can spell properly. And then you'd put a description of what it is that you're offering. You would put a nice photo, which is what would pop up over here in this beautiful area of what the early registration is. So if you have early figure skating registration, you'd put a picture of your organization, and you probably want to have something that has text overlay saying early registration, limited time offer. And this here, where it says tell people what you're offering, is actually in your description. So if you put something, you can see that it actually changes over here. Then you're going to go down to the date that the offer expires. If you are offering a discount code that they can claim, and this is great if you want to track where people are coming from and how they're finding out about the registration, is to add a code in here, and it makes it easy to track. Terms and conditions, if you're offering 20% off sporting goods, you might want to put something in there, 20% off regular price items only, whatever the terms and conditions are. And if there's a limited number available, if you're doing a registration for early figure skating and you only have 50 spots, then you put 50 in there for them to claim that offer before it opens up to the general public. And it presents on desktop and newsfeed. So this is a great tool, a really great tool to use. People would see this in their newsfeed, they'd click get offer, it would drive them to that URL that you put up here to go claim their tickets or registration, whatever it might be. Okay, so that's a really good thing. Now, once you have that done, you might not be ready to release it right away, so you can actually then schedule your post. And this works with anything. If you're just posting any general status, you can schedule your post so you're not sitting at your computer 24/7. You'd go in here, you would hit schedule, then click on your calendar. It gives you the calendar. You can choose your dates, you can choose your time, and then you turn around and you schedule it. And it comes out at the time that you've scheduled to come. If you want it to stop after a certain amount of time, you can also put in the stop scheduling. So if you're running a registration, early bird registration for a short period of time, then you can stop it when it comes out. Here's your milestone. So you would actually use this if you have an anniversary. Any type of milestone that you might be celebrating, you would use in here what the title is. Again, location is optional, the date and the story, what it is that you're doing. Celebrating, you can choose a photo to upload, and then you announce on your website that you have this beautiful milestone that you want to celebrate, and just announce. Okay, so thank you for joining us. That concludes segment number 1 of How to Facebook, and continue learning by watching segment number 2, which is understanding insights and boosting your post, and segment number 3, photos and videos, and how to use all the different options that are available to